Roman Reigns is advertised for 3 more WWE shows, and every single one of them is a trap that Jacob Fatu is already walking into. Roman Reigns left Knoxville bleeding. He left with a white towel pressed against a cut on his left elbow, being walked to the medical room by officials while Jacob Fatu stood in that arena screaming all gas no brakes with the World Heavyweight Championship raised above his head. And then WWE announced Roman Reigns for Raw on May 18th, and Raw on May 25th, and Clash in Italy on May 31st. 3 appearances. 3 separate occasions where the World Heavyweight Champion, injured, furious, publicly humiliated for 6 consecutive weeks by his own cousin, is going to walk back into a WWE arena with the Usos beside him and the full force of the First Family's political power behind him. And every single wrestling fan watching this right now needs to understand what those 3 appearances actually mean. Because Roman Reigns does not come back to be a victim. Roman Reigns does not get powerbombed through announce tables and crash through barricades and have his blood drawn by his own family and then walk back into the building the following week without a plan. The OTC always has a plan. And Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf who has been operating on pure rage and righteous fury in 12 years of compressed grievance, has been so consumed by the destruction that he has not stopped to ask the most important question of this entire rivalry. What is Roman Reigns building while Fatu is busy burning everything down? The answer to that question is going to define Clash in Italy on May 31st. And it is going to be the most dangerous thing Jacob Fatu has ever walked into. Before we map out exactly how Roman Reigns and the Usos plan their revenge, you need to process the single most important piece of communication that has emerged from the First Family since Raw May 11th. Following the Raw attack, GUSO sent Jacob Fatu a direct message saying, "I'ma beat yo ass before the chief do." Wikipedia, https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/the_vision_left_professional_wrestling. Stop. Read that again. Not we need to talk. Not the family needs to come together. Not Roman is going to handle this. GUSO looked at what Jacob Fatu did to him in the gorilla position, the headbutts that may or may not have actually connected, the humiliation of being laid out by his own cousin while trying to show genuine family concern, and sent a personal, direct, unambiguous threat. "I am going to beat your ass before Roman does." That message tells you 3 critical things about where this rivalry is heading. First, GUSO's loyalty to Roman is currently overriding whatever sympathy he expressed for Fatu's grievances in that parking lot in Knoxville. Second, the Usos are not passive bystanders in this revenge story. They are active participants with personal scores of their own to settle. And third, and most importantly, GUSO just told Jacob Fatu that the threat coming at Clash in Italy is not just Roman Reigns. It is the First Family. All of them. Coordinated, motivated, and personally furious in ways that go beyond championship politics. Roman Reigns is advertised for the May 18th and May 25th editions of Raw, as well as the Clash in Italy premium live event on May 31st, and WWE is building toward these events with the unresolved tension from the Fatu rivalry still looming large over the entire Raw landscape. WrestleZone, https://www.wrestlezone.com/news/1635332-oba-femi-open-challenge-WWE-Raw, 3 appearances. And here is exactly what each one means for the revenge story Roman Reigns is constructing. May 18th Raw is the opening move. Roman comes out and does not look injured, does not limp, does not reference the elbow cut or the announce table or the barricade. He walks out with the championship and the Usos like nothing happened, because showing weakness is the one thing Roman Reigns will never voluntarily do on television. But in that segment, in those words, the plan begins to take shape. Whether it is announcing the stipulation for Clash in Italy or issuing a direct challenge or simply standing in that ring and daring Fatu to appear, Roman is setting the board for a game Fatu does not know he is playing. May 25th Raw is the escalation. The final Raw before Clash in Italy. The go-home show. The moment where everything that has been building gets compressed into the segment that makes every wrestling fan on the planet need to watch what happens in Turin on May 31st. And Clash in Italy itself, with 8 potential stipulations being discussed, including Last Man Standing, Tribal Combat, Hell in a Cell, Strap Match, Loser Leaves WWE, and Stretcher Match. YouTube, https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=UQM0HYP, is the detonation point of everything Roman Reigns has been planning since the moment Fatu's hip attack drew blood from his elbow in Knoxville. Of all the potential stipulations being discussed for Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu at Clash in Italy, one stands above every other in terms of pure dramatic stakes and storytelling power. With Adam Pearce stating he is thinking of suspending or firing Fatu, and Roman himself declaring after Backlash that it could be Fatu's last night in WWE. A loser leaves WWE stipulation at Clash in Italy is the most narratively logical escalation of everything that has happened between these two men. YouTube, https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=UQM0HYP, loser leaves WWE. The most emotionally devastating stipulation in professional wrestling, because it does not just determine a winner and a loser. It permanently removes someone from the story. Jacob Fatu came out of a jail cell to be here. He ground for 12 years. He was handed to Solo Sikoa as a weapon, had his championship stripped, was written off television twice, was told he does not deserve it, and took 3 spears and an exposed turnbuckle at Backlash just to have the result disputed. And if Roman Reigns gets a loser leaves WWE match in Italy, if he can add a stipulation that makes the stakes personal enough that Fatu cannot afford to lose, he transforms the entire dynamic of this rivalry from a championship dispute into an existential threat to Jacob Fatu's entire WWE existence. The story between Reigns and Fatu has been about acknowledgement within the Samoan dynasty, and Reigns exerted his dominance over GUSO and Hell in a Cell to make him acknowledge the tribal chief. Bringing back tribal combat could determine who deserves the moniker once and for all. YouTube, https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=UQM0HYATB, Tribal Combat. Family Law. The most culturally significant stipulation in the Bloodline Saga's entire history applied to the most emotionally loaded match of Roman Reigns' second championship reign. Here is the detail of the revenge story that nobody is examining with full emotional weight. Roman Reigns was humiliated. Roman Reigns bled. Roman Reigns had his acknowledgement ceremony destroyed for the second consecutive week. All of those things are real, and all of them fuel Roman's motivation for Turin. But the Usos, specifically G, were humiliated in a way that has nothing to do with championships or ceremonies. GUSO tried to talk sense into Jacob Fatu at gorilla position on Raw May 11th, warning him that going after Reigns again would only create bigger problems for the family. And Fatu headbutted G and said that Reigns would have to beat acknowledgement out of him. Wrestling headlines, https://wrestling-headlines.com/backstage-raw-news-news-fans-fans-Fatan-Oba-Fimi-Fatu, GUSO came to that gorilla position with genuine family concern. He was not acting as Roman's soldier in that moment. He was acting as a cousin who understands both sides of this war, who told Jimmy in that parking lot that the family is the reason they are where they are, and Jacob Fatu headbutted him anyway. And then G sent that message. "I'ma beat yo ass before the chief do." That is not Roman Reigns' soldier speaking. That is a man who just had his genuine family concern answered with headbutts, deciding that the conversation is over and the physical reckoning is the only language left available. The Usos going into Clash in Italy angry personally, genuinely, family grievance angry rather than just politically loyal, makes them the most dangerous variable in this entire revenge story. Because Roman needs them coordinated, and they are now motivated. Following the Raw May 11th attack, Jacob Fatu hoisted the World Heavyweight Championship and declared he still wants the gold that would give him more money to feed his family, but WWE and Roman Reigns have now been pushed to the absolute limit of what they will tolerate before the full institutional power of the first family comes crashing down on the Samoan werewolf. Wrestling News Co., https://wrestlingnews.co/www-news/oba-fimi-night-Monday-night-After-finishing-Grayson-Waller, Jacob Fatu is all gas and no brakes. He said it himself. He proved it for 6 consecutive weeks. He made Roman bleed. He destroyed 2 acknowledgement ceremonies. He headbutted GUSO when G came to him with genuine family concern. And he is heading into Clash in Italy on May 31st in Turin with the momentum, the crowd, the moral authority, and the physical dominance of a man who cannot be stopped. But here is what the Samoan werewolf has not fully accounted for. Roman Reigns is advertised for 3 more shows. Roman Reigns has GUSO personally threatening to beat him before the chief does. Roman Reigns has the most sophisticated revenge mind in WWE history, working every single day on the plan that ends Jacob Fatu's war. And in professional wrestling, a man with all gas and no brakes always eventually meets a wall. Drop your prediction in the comments right now. What stipulation do you want for Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu at Clash in Italy? Does the rematch happen in Turin, or does WWE save it for SummerSlam? And does GUSO make good on his promise before Roman even gets his hands on Fatu? Share this video with every wrestling fan you know. We are Wrestling News CC. Roman Reigns and the Usos want revenge. And Jacob Fatu has no idea what is coming.